YouTube, I got a cam studio. I know I told you guys not to get one, but I did because I thought I want to be as professional as possible. So, yeah. Um, I'm very excited. I just got a subscriber. I've got subscribers on my other channels, but I'm very sorry for not updating my videos lately. My channel, I haven't made a lot. But now we're going to switch gears and go to a 3D program called Blender. You can get it at blender.org and then click downloads. It's totally free. When you get it, you're gonna want to make a shortcut on your desktop, and it'll look like this. Okay. So I think it just automatically comes with Blender itself. So once you have this, open it. It'll give you two windows. It'll give you this one, and don't touch it. Okay. To have Blender, you need a program called Python. Python is not like it doesn't give any Trojan horses or stuff, but Python is a scripting program, and if you close this, your regular Blender window will close this stuff, okay? Don't touch it, it's just for scripting. Okay, this is the other thing that's going to open. This is what you're going to want to work with. Now you'll see that there's a square here, okay? And then there's a bunch of random information. It's not random, I'm going to teach you about it soon. Okay? So, in this one, in this tutorial, I'm just going to teach you a little bit about the Blender interface. Okay, well, there's a default cube. This little thing here, it's a lamp. It's your source of light, and you can make lamps. You can make new ones if you want. And you can just make them with a push of a button if you want another light source. Don't have enough light, because this is going to make a shadow casting along here. This cube is 3D. To get a good view of it, just hit the Alt key, and then click and drag your mouse. You can do rotate. I'm sorry about the lag on my computer, because it's all because of the cam studio. Blame it on the cam studio. Okay, and this is a camera, and you don't need it, but if you want to make an animation where the camera is like moving, like comes along here and then views the object from different ways, and that's what you use it for, okay? So you can go down into the view. Right now, this is user view. Go into top view, which is your default. You start out in top view. And then they have all these other things. You can look at an object from the side. This is side view. You can see the lines change. I'll teach you more about those later. You can go into front view, looking at an object from the front. And this is what view I'm usually in. And then you can go into camera view, which is looking at the object from this camera. Sorry about that. And so just come around here. And then you can go into don't really pay attention to any of these. They're not the most important thing. These I'll teach you more about soon. Just go into top view for now, and you'll notice two lines. A red one and a green one. And then there's a blue dot in the middle. There's actually three lines, because this is a very three-dimensional program. This is the y-axis, the green one. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And then the red one is the x-axis. Okay? And then if you hit Alt, you can see the blue one, which is actually a line. It's not just a dot. It is the z-axis, okay? That's what makes it 3D. So now hit 7 to go back into top view. There's a lot of shortcuts. I'll teach you about those later. And all the numpad keys are views. So if you want to go into front view, looking at it from the front, hit 1. Okay, just hit 7 again. I'm going to teach you about some of the tools you can use, okay? So I want to move this object somewhere. Just hit the G key, which stands for grab. And you can grab an object and move it. Darn, this is so laggy right now. Okay, and now you can move an object and stuff. And what about if you only wanted it to here, if you want to stop in a move that you're already doing, just right click. Or to here, and to undo a move, just hit Control Z. Say you wanted to only move it along the x-axis without just locking along that. Just hit G and then X. X stands for x-axis, obviously. And I could do G and then Y, and then G and then Z. You can't see it, but it's coming straight up and down here. If wanted to rotate an object, hit R, and that'll rotate it in a two-dimensional, more sort of way. And then if you hit R twice, it'll rotate it in a more three-dimensional kind of way. Like a totally free rotate if you hit R twice. Okay? And now what if you wanted to make an object bigger or smaller? Hit the S key, which stands for size. And by the way, the R stands for rotate if you didn't figure that out. And the S key creates a little dot in the center of the screen. Move your mouse away from the dot to make it bigger, closer to the dot to make it smaller, and you can even make it almost disappear. It's not actually disappearing. Okay? So, those are the basic tools. Now say I wanted to size it only along the x-axis. I can do that. What if I wanted to rotate it along the y-axis? I can do that. Hit RY or SX, whatever. Okay, so, but if you size it along one particular axis, it's not a cube anymore. See, okay, now I can, like, rotate it, and basically do anything I want. Let's check how much time I have. Okay, whatever. So, I think that's gonna pretty much conclude this tutorial. You can hit X to delete an object, if you want, and I'm gonna teach you all about what I'm doing right now in the next tutorial. If I added a new object, this is a plane, which is just kind of a flat little cube, a square basically. I can select both. To select a different object like the camera or the lamp, just right click on them, and I could right click the plane and then the cube, which is no longer a cube, and I could do J, or Control J, and I could join them. But I'm not going to join them because then they'd be the same thing. If I hit Control P, which is parent, which means to make something parent, it just means that they'll move together. And then you can erase a parent. I forgot how. I think it's Control V. No, Control C. No. Okay, whatever. I'll teach you later. I'm sorry about that. They'll size up, size down together. They'll just do anything together. Okay, and in Blender you can do pretty much three things. Animate, make games, and make renders, which is just pretty much a picture. And I'm going to be teaching you how to do all three of those things. So, I'll see you soon. Watch my videos in order, and be sure to subscribe.